Hi Zoe, so what will you be doing today then?
Hello, I will be undertaking and demonstrating how to take a routine daily health check.
Okay, and who will you be doing it with?
I will be doing my assessment using Millie. She is a 16-1 cob mare, bay, and she was born in 2001.
And who is your team members today?
I will be working with my lovely director Shannon and my lovely film cameraman
Olivia.
I'm checking over the door to make sure I see no abnormal signs of distress. There's a normal amount of droppings, no messy mess, which could imply that she is lame or just really stressed. But she seems fine to me, so I will go in and check her over to give me a bit more control, to prevent injury to me or the horse or any dangerous behaviour that she might cause or I might cause to her. Now that she's safely secure and regular, I will tie her up. I will now start my daily health checks on her head. So I will undo this just to give a bit more confidence in the horse for if she was a bit scared and wanted to run away or be silly. So here we have Millie. I'm going to check her gums. They are salmon pink. Do capillary refill. Good girl. Just press it and see the blood come back, which was all good. I'll check her nose, make sure there's no discharge, and if there is discharge, just hope that that is clear. If she does have any other coloured discharge, i.e. green or yellow, this will indicate flu, cold, infection, viruses. I will now move up to her eyes. As you can see, she's got very beautiful eyes. Being this time of weather, it's winter, so her eyes might not be as bright, they might be still really dull, but that don't necessarily mean she's ill. We'll make sure that there's no discharge, again like the nose, either green, yellow, which could then again indicate infection, viruses, flu or anything. Then move on to her ears. I want to see them pricked, alert, happy, and that she's not got any abnormal sweating at the base of her ears. With the head, I don't want her to be really down, so I don't want her head down here. I don't want her head to be abnormally up, very straight. I just want it just how it is, which is in perfect condition. Proves she's quite happy, quite alert, and just general healthy. We'll now move on to her neck, and what I want to do with her neck is I want to test if she's dehydrated or hydrated. So I will go down her neck, get a pinch of skin, pull it out. If it goes back within a few seconds, then I know she's happy, she's healthy, and she has enough water. If not, she would be dehydrated, so may need more water or a consultation from someone else. I will now, just to check the general condition of her middle part of her body, I will be looking at things like the supple, smooth movement over her ribs. I will now run my hand over where her ribs are placed, and I want to be able to feel them, but not see them. This will indicate, if I can just feel them, that she's carrying the right amount of weight, not too skinny, not too overweight, just right for her breed. I will now check the condition of the coat and of the skin. Again, same with the eyes and the ears or any part of the horse in this time of season, which is winter. It might be slightly duller, it probably won't be brighter, and being that she's clipped, it makes a big difference as well. But in general, the coat should be shiny, soft, not dull and staring. I am now going to take her respiration. By doing this, I will count her breaths by her flank, because this is the most trustworthy place to do it. So to do this, I will count for a minute and see what she comes out with, and hopefully it's all good. If she's a bit restless or a bit anxious and just wants to see everything, I will count 15 seconds and times it by 4. The horse should have 8 to 16 breaths per minute. I will now take her pulse. While doing this, I'm going to use her mandible, just under her mandible here. I'm going to press lightly or hard until I find it. And I'm not going to hold there as we have a vein in our thumb and we don't want to be counting that either. As the same as the flanks with the respiration, what you can do is you count for a minute and get the pulse that way. Or again, if the horse is restless, anxious and alert, you can count 15 seconds and times it by 4. The pulse beats should be at 36 to 40 beats per minute. I will now talk about taking her temperature. To do this, I would like to get her tail and push it over to the right. So I would use an electric thermometer. I would insert it into her anus and wiggle it to the left, so I'm taking a temperature of her and not of her droppings. I would take the thermometer out once it had beat, and I would look at her temperature and would hope that it is 37.5. Give or take a few, because every horse is different. But if it was increasingly high or increasingly low, then I would get a second opinion, as I would be worried. Now I will talk about the intake of food, honey and water. I will start by dealing with the water. I will check that my horse is drinking the water. If I was concerned, or if she wasn't, I would, as she had an automatic watering cut, I would cut the water supply off to that, cover it over and put in 2 water buckets just to see how much she drinks. To check that my horse had been eating, I'd hope that it has gone, that it looks like it's been touched, and it don't look like it's just been left there, going mouldy or stale. If I did have a concern that she was not eating her hay, every morning I would take it out, clean it, just to give her a bit of a boost so that it's okay. I shall then, if she's still not eating it, I shall put it in a hay net and monitor how much she's eating from a hay net. I will now talk about the droppings and the consistency of the droppings. In the morning, I would hope to see at least a few. If I did have concern about her droppings, I would hope that she's only doing 8 to 15 and that they were of a green, golden brown colour. They shouldn't be full and just stay there, they should be runny, but that can then again determine whether she's been out of grass or just kept a stable and she might be ill. Also, they shouldn't just run and I shouldn't see any down the side of her legs or her tail. I'll talk about her urine. When I see my horse urinate, I would, which is quite hard to capture, I would hope to see a pale yellow colour urine. If it is any other colour or smelly, then you should get her checked as she might have an internal infection.